Welcome guys, this is Ola from Stop Me All channel. We are continuing reactions to World's opening ceremony. The last ones that we did was World's 2019, widely considered to be the best one. We skipped 2020 for now because it's been during COVID and apparently it just wasn't that great. They had major and grand plans, but it just didn't work out because, well, the virus. Speaking of viruses, I actually am sick right now. I have some throat problems, so at some points this might be a bit of a quiet reaction. World's 2021. It's been also done during COVID, but I think they sort of adjusted at this point, and it's been done right before Arcane. For obviously reasons, this would be the one that I was looking forward to the most. While at it, we're going to also react to Imagine Dragons anime music video. I have only seen bits of it here and there, but I've never actually sat down to watch the whole thing, so we're going to do that right now. We're going to watch Burn It All Down video, the world's opening ceremony itself by MasterCard, and then making of it. If I can talk, then we'll just watch. I also wanted to recommend some videos that I have been recently doing some browsing through Legends of Frontera art and voice lines via regions. So I did 3 videos exploring zone cards. They include champions and people we might know from Arcane. Next one would be Piltovers. I highly recommend these videos. I think you might like them if you give them a go. They're on my channel. Also, enemy might be copyrighted, so I might have to mute it entirely because it might block my video, so I'm really sorry about that, but yeah, it is what it is. I for sure haven't seen that. No freaking way!
Wake up to the sounds of the silence that allows for my mind to run around with my ear up to the ground.
What?
To behold the stories that I told when my back is to the world that was smiling when
I've never seen that. Bro! No way!
Everybody wants to be my enemy. Spare the sympathy. Everybody wants to be my enemy.
Oh!
Look out for yourself. My enemy. Look out for yourself. But I'm ready. Your words up on the wall as you're praying for my phone, and the laughter in the halls and the names that I've been called. I stack it in my mind and I'm waiting for the time when I show you what it's like to be whispered in the mind.
It's odd because these places where we see powder, I recognize them from the exact places where Caitlyn was. Whoa!
Okay, I'm hoping that somebody pray for me. I'm praying that somebody hope for me. I'm staying where nobody supposed to be. Posted, being a wreck of emotions. Ready to go whenever you let me know. The road is long, so put the pedal into the flow. The energy on my trail, my energy unavailable. I'ma tell him I still away go. Hey, when I fly on my drive to the top, I've been out of shape, thinking out the box. I'm an astronaut. I blasted off the planet, rock that caused catastrophe, and it matters more because I had it. I had a thought about wreaking havoc on an opposition, kinda shocking. They want a static with precision. I'm automatic, quarterback. I ain't talking second pack it up on panic, batter up. Who the baddest? It don't matter, cause we is your
Jinx! Dude. What? What? Why wasn't I told? I mean, I remember some comments telling me to like watch it, but for some reason I thought I have seen bits of it, but I don't think I have seen anything of it. Oh, this actually adds like another layer to Arcane itself, but it doesn't in an obvious way because it's obviously a side thing, but that song definitely seemed to underline the fact that the enemies are Powder and Vi, in the future at least. And that's Powder's transformation. Their fights as kids and then their serious, very serious fights as adults. That's crazy. I love that video. This was amazing. I love it. Burn it all down.
This ain't where the legends come from. You know what a hero looks like. Pretty little flower, won't you sit back down and go play nice? So keep talking, keep laughing. One day you wish you had it. Other people
I don't think I recognized that blonde player. I recognized the other one.
dragging. If you're gonna hold me down, you're not gonna let me into your castle walls. None of you can keep them. 'Cause if I gotta burn it all down, then we'll burn it all down.
Where is this? What is this place?
And if I gotta break it all down, then let's break it all down. Playing with fire and we'll burn it all down. This is where the bruises come from.
Oh!
This is when the game gets ugly. These blood, sweat, tears keep running. Licking my plate 'cause I'm so hungry. Keep talking, keep laughing. One day you'll see what
Our champions!
people on fire.
I saw Ari.
It's about time they meet their dragon.
Dragon? You're saying?
Me down. You're not gonna let me into your castle walls. None of you can keep them. 'Cause if I gotta burn it all down, then we'll burn it all down. My oh my, look at who ends up bigger this time. And if I gotta break it all down, then let's break it all down. Playing with fire and we'll burn it all down. It starts right now.
It does feel a bit toned down compared to other videos, no? Somehow.
Bury your doubts under the ground. Then they're gonna watch you step over the ashes. Right now I'm taking my turn with the matches. 'Cause if I gotta burn it all down, then we'll burn it all down. My oh my, look at who ends up bigger this time. And if I gotta break it all down, then let's break it all down. Playing with fire and we'll burn it all down.
Yeah, it was for sure toned down. I feel like that somehow. I did notice that all these songs that they use, they probably have the same producer because they're very much alike. They're in a way quite generic, like rhythm-wise, music-wise, melody-wise. They're made to be entertaining. And they're usually on a very similar level when it comes to quality. So it's high quality, but it's very linear in a way. They're nice, they're very nice vibes, but they are repeatable in a way. This song, I don't know, it was probably one of my least favorites when it comes to it. And video itself was interesting, but compared to others, I do feel like they slowed down a bit, possibly because of COVID. But yeah, apparently the opening ceremony is fantastic, so let's dive right into it. I see what you're doing. This must have been insane for someone who knows League of Legends too.
This one.
Whisker.
You want to talk about today?
What's the point? I ruined everything. I'm not a fighter.
You don't have to be.
This conversation is
You've got
changed.
these, and you've got those.
They never work.
They will. Come with me.
What?
Come on.
I can't imagine knowing, you know, Piltover Zone and then seeing this. God damn. Especially after years of waiting, right?
Dear friend, across the river, I'll take what you can spare.
What?
I ask of you a penny, my fortune it will be. I have you without envy. We wait through musty towers.
That's insane.
Who told you it was time?
No way.
Go on if you wanted a peek. I've seen your face around here. Come on, tell me under the table.
Oh.
Do you see?
Wow. What? This is actually actors. What? That's insane. They recreated Zone.
Welcome to the playground. Follow me. Tell me your nightmares and fantasies. Sink into the wasteland underneath. Stay for the night.
Benzos. And forces.
Welcome to the playground. Welcome to the playground.
I'm literally looking at everything but her. Oh. Gosh. Was this place really a central in Zone? Felt like it was lower. Oh no, but it actually was next. No! Oh, that was so smooth.
My ear up to the ground, I'm searching to behold the stories that I told when my back is to the world that was smiling when I turned.
Just showing his abs randomly, casually.
Oh, the misery. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Spare the sympathy. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Look out for yourself. My enemy. Look out for yourself. But I'm ready. Your words up on the wall as you're praying for my phone, and the laughter in the halls, and the names that I've been called. I stack it in my mind, and I'm waiting for the time when I show you what it's like to be worse fit in a mind. Tell you you're the greatest, but once you turn
No way!
oh, the misery.
Oh!
Everybody wants to be my enemy. Spare the sympathy. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Look out for yourself.
How?
Look out for yourself.
Look, okay, I'm hoping that somebody pray for me. I'm praying that somebody hope for me. I'm staying where nobody supposed to be. Posted, being a wreck of emotions. Ready to go whenever you let me know.
Posted.
The road is long, so put the pedal into the flow. The enemy on my trail, my enemy.
Did they actually create Zone? I think we'll find out in the next video.
Out of shape, taking out the box, I'm an astronaut. I blasted off the planet, rock that caused catastrophe, and it matters more because I had it. Now I had I thought about wreaking havoc on an opposition, kind of shocking and running static with precision. I'm automatic, quarterback, I ain't talking second pack it up on panic, batter up, who the baddest? It don't matter, cause future.
All that's missing in this video is Caitlyn, I swear. Oh. Gosh! Isn't this amazing?
Everybody wants to be my enemy. Oh, the misery. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Spare the sympathy. Everybody wants to be my enemy. I swear I'll never be the same. My enemy. I swear I'll never be the same. Look out for yourself.
Actually, where are the players? Where's the cup? This is so different. Oh. One day I'm gonna fly one of these things.
This ain't where the legends come from.
Oh,
You know what a
smooth.
hero looks like. Pretty little flower, won't you sit back down and go play nice? So keep talking, keep laughing. One day you wish you had it. Other people on fire, fire. Maybe it's time they meet their dragon. If you're gonna hold me down, you're not gonna let me in into your castle walls. None of you can keep
Oh. Honestly, for COVID, for no audience, they're doing amazing. Oh. No, but seriously, where are the teams? Her choreography is mostly like just stand there in that circle and move around like that.
I dealt with all types of fashion, started a faction, stuff that I only imagine. Digital action, none of us lacking, tuck it right under my fabric. Grabbing my sword, then move like I asked and heard the mystical hatches. Yeah, for all my enemies, dangerous, and as soon as we go in. Yeah, filled with adrenaline, time to get elegant, then we start rolling. Yeah, see all these ops, they all gon' drop, they burst and float away.
Victor's notes. Oh, this is the laboratory. Oh, there they are. Both Asian teams. No happy dude. It does feel a bit sad that there's no audience, because it's always the people that bring the most joy into these ceremonies, from what I've gathered, from what I've seen. And it's also the reason why I'd like to attend one day. Maybe in London if I can, but we'll see. But at the same time, I do feel like they did an incredible job, and probably had it a bit easier with Arcane coming. They just decided to go for Jinx and Vi, which only legitimizes the fact that they're the essence of Arcane. Their antagonism, right, between Jinx and Vi. They haven't used anyone else. Though I do feel like Caitlyn's spirit was very much present both in the ceremony and in Imagine Dragons video. They kept recurring in places where Vi and Caitlyn were. So obviously we know that in Jinx's eyes, Caitlyn substituted her. You know, seeing Zone, I feel like part of it at least they created with like actors playing Zoners. That's been incredible. I love that. This was really mind-blowing. The way they did it, despite the circumstances, was amazing. But let's find out how they did it, because I really can't talk anymore.
We go all in on the opening ceremony because of the respect we have for the players who are about to play. They deserve the world's greatest opening act.
And we're always trying to exceed expectations with that.
This is the year that Arcane is revealed to players around the world, sharing a much deeper realization and expression of the world of Runeterra.
We had to find a way to draw inspiration from Arcane and tell the main heartbeat of the show without giving away anything that might be considered a spoiler.
From the get-go, we had planned on a kind of half and half hybrid ceremony, creating these immersive, stunning music videos, but then also to have live show elements.
We wanted to create something that was less in a virtual space and more in like a physically based space.
We wanted to build Piltover and Zon on stage.
We were really excited by the idea of being able to bring magic elements into the real world.
That is insane.
This is going to be the biggest live event Riot's ever done.
That was the initial plan before everything changed. It's It's no wonder that Fortiche spent the last 3 or 4 years working on Arcane. It's very well done. The art for it is beautiful. That's exciting for us. On the other hand, we have to make sure that what we do is able to live up to that as well.
Arcane is going to invite players around the world to better understand the characters of League of Legends. So we felt the creative opportunity was to bring the worlds of League of Legends to life in the context of the opening ceremony.
For 2 or 3 months, we had been planning the opening ceremony as a stage show.
The show was completely planned around this massive set that's going to be built inside
Holy
a stadium.
shit.
A stadium that's bigger than Bird's Nest, so scale was going to be a big component.
This was going to be the biggest venue that we've ever played in.
Oh, too
And
bad.
We were putting in a lot of detail and energy to making sure that we could do something very magical in front of this enormous crowd.
Just discovering new ways how COVID screwed
We want
us.
to do 3 different music video segments that would then play a part in the live show, appearing on the monitors, interplaying with the live event.
And I remember looking over their decks and I was like, this is very scaled. The challenging thing was working with the live show and what their needs were for their story beats. We have to get from A to B, but what's the coolest way to get there?
It was ambitious, it was enormous. It had automation, it had lots of things, all designed down to the nut and bolt.
We're 10 months into planning. We are thousands of people hours into creative.
No way.
We've now been in technical and physical production for about 7 weeks. We're putting gear on boats. We're putting gear on planes. We're signing contracts. We're in a place to really start to bring this show to life.
It's extremely difficult to get everything aligned while we're in a global pandemic.
About a month before Worlds started, we just started to realize we weren't able to pull off Worlds at the scale we knew we needed to pull it off.
Without certain resources and without certain individuals, it becomes impossible under those constraints to achieve what we set out to do.
Nick, I think, shielded us from everything until he was certain.
On August 16th, it became clear that the opening ceremony was not going to be possible to deliver in mainland China. On August 19th,
Because of COVID.
I knew with certainty that Worlds was going to be leaving mainland China. The opening ceremony, as we understand it, doesn't make sense outside of one of the biggest stadiums in the world, which meant we now had 2 different emergency searches to launch.
It's super hard to make that decision, but the most important thing always has to be the competitive integrity of the competition, our ability to deliver a Worlds that is worthy of our pros and our fans around the world.
And so everything comes to a complete standstill.
Oh, that's the dramatic. He could have left the
Hitting
file.
the brakes like that is jarring, to say the least.
It was an entire reframing of thinking, what could this even be anymore? So we all just go cram into a room and say we're not coming out until we know what this is gonna be.
We went through every version of this show that we could.
I think in the back of our minds, all of us knew this just has to become a full cinematic, full VFX, full animation.
And I think we were on our first day of actually live shooting. They pulled me aside and they were like, look, we're no longer doing the live show. We want to go even crazier with it.
We made the choice to keep the music videos as a static element of the creative and then started writing a new narrative. And that's when concepting around what we've begun calling the show Open began.
Shit, they should create an Arcane
cinematic
theme park.
We penciled Reykjavik, Iceland as where the World Championship was going to move to. In parallel, we'd identified the United Kingdom as the right place to move the opening ceremony to. While we were confident that we had great footage from the music videos we'd shot in Los Angeles, the show was still missing this massive sense of spectacle and splendor. It became increasingly clear that this cinematic moment should be this massive marketplace in Zon, where everyone can feel the richness of the world.
This thing had so many moving parts, from the music video production teams here in LA, the performance stage in Iceland, a whole build that needed to go into that, the set build in Birmingham, which was where the Zon set was built. You know, these 30-foot high walls that we've built, you're wrapped 360 in Zon.
It is very rare to be able to play in a playground like the set they created in Birmingham.
There's all the many animation and VFX teams we had to bring on.
We needed to aggressively and massively scale our entire team. We started up an effects department, an environments department, lighting departments, character animation.
I don't really recognize
told,
these
over
people. It's like there's a new team working on it somehow.
In a normal world, like you would have 7 or 8 months to produce this thing. We had less than 2.
The only way to pull off a project of this scope in a timeline this short is to have highly functioning partners who can just do what they do so well. This entire 13.5-minute piece is a Jenga tower, you know? If one moment of it doesn't land, the rest of it's at risk.
It was so important to have people already looking to the post and VFX on set to make sure we were preparing ourselves and setting ourselves up for success.
So in wrapping up in Birmingham, what will happen across the next 2.5 weeks is an extraordinarily aggressive post-production schedule. We have to move that process as fast as it can physically go. The greatest constraint on this entire project is the ability to do animation, set extension, and visual effects at effectively feature film levels of quality in 10% of the time frame.
So we needed to bring all of the weird elements together, 3D, 2D, live action, set build, set extensions in 3D, but also we want it to look like the Arcane series. So like it's all these departments moving forward in parallel. We're trying to make them all feel cohesive and similar, which is very difficult when nobody has anything finished along the way.
We had to do a lot of things in tandem.
That's
where
so
usually we
complicated
wait for one
technically.
step to resolve
I don't know
before
how
we
they
move on
pulled
to the
this
next step.
off.
By nature of the sort of production timeline that we had, we knew that we were not going to be uploading the show till probably a few hours before it went to air.
Everything is down to the wire, and we are going to be using every second until that final delivery to get things as polished as they need to be.
A week out from the show, none of us are sleeping well. This is the 5-day period where everything has to converge.
We still didn't have much finalized because everything was still in flight. I think the first sequence that we had done was between Playground and Enemy when we see Jinx and Vi in the arcade. And that was the Wednesday before it aired on Saturday.
For as much time and attention went into bringing Zod and Piltover to life, the thing that we could never lose sight of is how important the reveal of the Summoner's Cup and the players is to the overall moment.
So the way we revealed the trophy this year, we were excited by because this intricately designed Hextech sphere served a narrative purpose in sort of the story we were telling, but also became the thing that unveiled the trophy.
It recenters us back in the purpose of the moment, which is the World Finals.
The night before the show is sort of this twilight of stress. You're close enough to delivery that you can't change the outcome, but because you haven't actually made it across the finish line yet, there's this incredible pressure that you might not.
At this point, we're gonna do whatever it takes to make sure this thing goes off without a hitch.
We knew we weren't going to have the show open completely delivered until about 2 hours.
I still don't fully get it how they make this happen.
To the mercy of how fast can a file be downloaded.
Friday evening, I was waiting for my last deliverable.
3 of the deliverables had come through via Dropbox, but the 2 largest ones hadn't yet. By this time, we absolutely have to be uploading the files, otherwise it's not gonna make it.
What if the fiber goes down? What if the power goes out?
Someone was running over to the colorist in Burbank to get everything on a drive, place the final shot in, upload it, press play.
I think 4 or 5 a.m. by the time we're like, okay, everything's like out of our hands at this point.
We took our hands off the wheel and popped open a bottle of champagne.
After that moment where we hit play, kind of a blur.
It's the first time everyone can take a breath.
I just remember this great sense of accomplishment and joy, being able to see it all together with the people that helped you build the thing.
I still don't get how they physically
After
made
that,
this
it was
happen.
like, well, what do we do now?
They pressed play and what happens? But like,
the thing that I think will separate this year is the level of passion that everyone brought to the project. And I think that that shines through in the finished product.
Just being able to work and occupy in the same space as so many creative people, a dedicated group of fans and players all together in this great community, it feels really like an honor to be part of something like this.
Oh, so there was an audience.
Affect people emotionally, or when we impact people with what we do, that's what I'm most proud of.
I think with every
Oh, that makes sense. It did go live.
A little bit more in different directions. So who knows what we'll do next.
I get it now. Okay, I thought there was no audience. I was wondering why they're so stressed. But yeah, finally clicked for me. Now I know that there was an audience, so they were basically creating an interactive show, but via video that was playing live, and with parts of it that were interactive, parts of it that were added artificially, and then parts of it that were actually created like Zone. That's amazing. Yeah, it does really make you wonder what they're going to pull off in London. They already mentioned that London had what they needed. So if London has what they need and it's going to happen right before Arcane Season 2 goes live, I'm just thinking it's going to be insane. It's going to be crazy, and it's going to be Arcane Season 2 focused. That's honestly making me want to go so badly. But yeah, I have to wait if I can, because I'm gonna have some schedule issues. But I used to live in London, so really it would be quite a memory trip. Anyway, sorry about my voice. Gonna have to finish recording now, and like I mentioned before, please check out these other videos. I think you might enjoy them, and I'll see you soon with the next one. Major shout out to my patrons. As always, thank you for your support, and stay safe, guys. Bye.